Hey, exposing the truth. I'm on Instagram, bro. Right now. Matter of fact, let's just get started. A lot of you cats, like this dude here, are exposing the truth. A lot of you cats don't understand me. I mean, I haven't been on Instagram because I don't really trip like that. And Instagram has a lot of rules and regulations that I wasn't paying attention to. As a matter of fact, uh, I don't want to rock the boat on Instagram, but I've been warned that some of my content is against policies on Instagram. Now, they didn't mention what I said that was unacceptable or what I did, but I would guess it's some of the things I say about women, or it could be some of the things I say about people's sexuality. I don't really know what it is, but I am going to try to accommodate Instagram's rules. I still might get kicked off because I don't know what I'm saying is wrong. My curriculum may have changed from what it once was, but I have not changed one iota. And I'm just as dedicated to what I'm chasing now. So much so that I rededicated myself to. We all know someone that is thinking beyond where you are in life. And hopefully, who you know is as valuable to you as who I know is to me. So let me hip you to something. How an older gentleman told me to deal with an aggressive female. This was early in my career. One time I was on an interview. I sat and spoke with two hosts, a black man and a black woman. And what this older cat told me just rung so clear and true. He said, "Don't combat them. You don't combat them. You lead them into a trap of your choosing." So he told me uh, how to deal with an aggressive female was to not bump heads with her. So I was on this interview. Uh, they told me that if I wasn't sure of myself, I could back out because they was going to attack me. I looked at them both and said, "You can attack if you want to. Just don't ask no questions you don't want to know the truth about." So we started interviewing, and before long, the female host must have thought she was dealing with a sucker or something because she started challenging me on some stuff. First, I roasted her as only I could. Then I said, "Lady, if you keep messing with me, I'm going to catch you right in front of this camera." Now, this is the first thing you learn in part two of the confidence course at Sidewalk University, how to deal with an aggressive woman. Now, I had all this planned, completely planned out before I went to the interview because I'd already heard how they go in on their guesses. All I had to do was finesse this host, the female host, into a debate. She took the bait and started to challenge me about my being able to take her home or not. Because remember, I told her if she keep talking to me, I was going to catch her right in front of this camera. The thing is about bait. You better know how to fish once you cast your line. Because if she responds to the bait, I got to be able to reel her in. I knew all she had to do was respond to the suggestion of me taking her home. It didn't matter what she said. And I knew it wasn't going to be positive, whatever she said. But I needed to handle her. And she said, I doubt that. I'm not broke enough for that, she said. I knew I had her when she said that. So I said, you think a woman got to be broke to deal with me? Lady, I didn't call professors and women that were already rich. She cut me off. Well, you can't catch me, she said again. I looked into the camera and I said, you all will be privileged to seeing a master gentleman at work. Hey, so you got to learn. At SWU, we learn not to indulge a female who is combative. You tease them with statements that question their character, which will upset them. Achieve this, and you can have her. Now, all I had to do was get the lady upset at me, then ignore her and speak to the male host as if she wasn't there. I told dude, you see, man, if you're a conversationalist like me, you would notice what to watch for when you at somebody, one of these, live women. Then I say, when you had a bitch, he cut me off. He said, hold on, man. You don't have to call her a bitch. Now Captain Sablehoe chimed in, and I smashed it. Look, man, you asked how does a motherfucker catch a potential hoe, and I'm catching her as we speak. If you notice, look at her nostrils. See how they're flared? That's excitement and intrigue, bordering on her taking her panties off. A man like me noticed that kind of stuff. She didn't cut me off. I'm not excited. Now at SWU, we learn ignoring her forces her to interrupt your flow. When she does, she's no longer on her trip. She's fully enthralled in trying to trip me up in what I'm saying. But I'm much sharper than most. And she doesn't realize she's in quicksand. I looked at her and said, that's what your mouth say. But your body language and your eyes are saying something else. You do know I'm fluent in body language, don't you? Then I looked at the male host to ignore her some more. You see how wide her eyes are? Like she on cocaine or some kind of drug or something. She is on something, all right. She's on my black ass. The fact I was ignoring her was killing her. I then looked at that black woman who was a fine motherfucker and said, you would get paid on that track if you let me lace you. She looked at me and asked, oh, really? How much do you think I can make? Now, right here, if you're a fisherman and you cast your bait, you got to see she's hooked. You got to know she on your line when she say some shit like that. The bait I dropped hooked her. I see she's on my line now because she's asking how much could she make. As a fisherman, I got to know how to reel them in. But I fish big. I don't just have her on my line. I have the host and the audience on my line. And to let them know I knew it, I looked into the camera and said, now, besides her nostrils flaring and her eyes wide open, she is now asking me how much could she make. I'm a fly ass motherfucker. Pimp. And about how much you can make, that remains to be seen. But just so you don't get it twisted, I want the audience. Then I stared at the camera. I stared at the two hosts and I stared at the camera. I want the audience to see. Here you have a sophisticated black woman sitting on television asking a pimp how much could she make. And you still want to believe I can't have this woman? At this point, the dude who said, you know what? Her nostrils are flared and her eyes are wide and sprung. I think she is interested in you. I smiled my all can Harry smile and said, trust me, she is. But I wouldn't deal with her with a 10-foot pole. I just wanted you all to see how fly I am. See, most people don't understand why, out of all the people in the fast life, dudes like me have been embraced the most. Dudes like me were the first black people after slavery that said, fuck that shit. I'm as good or better than the motherfucking white man. Get the movie The Cotton Club and see for yourself. Lawrence Fishburne was the pimp, and he was the first black person to walk in the front door of the Cotton Club, a club located in Harlem where there were many, many black entertainers that performed and made the club a place to go. They may have performed there, but they couldn't enter through the front door. After Lawrence Fishburne started really doing good, he said, fuck that shit. And the rest is history. We have always been a symbol of freedom to the hood. At SWU, I'm just completing the first few months of this new system. And we've made great strides. All the students are learning the ins and outs of conducting an engaging conversation. And what's rewarding is to see progression in a young brother whose diction sounded like he was speaking with his mouth full of marbles. It's just beautiful when you see that progress, what that progress does for that brother who has made those adjustments. And now his voice sounds charming. Practice makes perfection. I feel my position. Of course, I always felt that I did things in a major way. And I knew I was a representative of a successful man in the game. But I haven't been in the street environment in over 20 years. And I'm proud to say I still have a lifelong respect from the major players of today. Now, I felt the adulation that those Rolls Royce driving young rebels have for me. They all had stories that I didn't remember of when they were young and saw American Pimp and met me. I was an idol to them, an inspiration. And look at them now. I owned the world at one time, and now I own my little corner of it. But I see that I'm welcomed and allowed with respect to come into their world because they certainly own a portion of the world. Hey, that's because even with all this shit I talk, no motherfucker has been able, nobody has been able to, nor will it ever be able to find a blemish on my record. I earned all I received, and don't know how many of the OGs respect what I'm doing today and understand why. I was not ridiculed for trying to wake up the dead, as we used to say. And major players in parts of the game I was not in had the same respect for the effort I'm putting in. This shit is entertainment to them because most of them are dinosaurs and only rely on their minds to think. But to them, the computer is fun. I heard of you, but never had the pleasure of meeting you. I hear that no less than 100 times when I'm in functions. These are reputable men. I had to say the same thing too. We represent big game, and there's room for whoever is worthy. The Abba Hall of Fame. I wonder what do Hall of Fame motherfuckers think when they put one of their own to rest. I can only imagine. They sit and think of all the amazing things the one they're laying to rest did. From the day Doobie got on, he swore he would not do anything less than he could to be what the hell he wanted to be. And he did and was. I love this fucking game. I know when you look at my YouTube page, you think you only need to see the newest couple of videos. You couldn't be more mistaken than if you thought you had two left feet. You got to go through the archives and look at as many of the videos as you can. Where the fuck are you? Caller, what's up?
What's going on, Robot?
All right, what's happening?
Not much, man. I'm calling in. I'm Norman. I'm calling in from Florida. How everybody doing in the chat? Everybody who listening in. Rosebud, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. What's up?
Man, I had came across something on my YouTube feed where a woman was talking about. She said, my man can come in 3 in the morning, and if he asks me to fix him a sandwich, I'm gonna fix a sandwich. And she pretty much was describing how good she is. You know what I'm saying? She indispensable. He got 3 women up the street. Shit, he coming home here and now. I don't give a damn what he's doing. And so my question to you, if she's indispensable, can a man make himself indispensable?
Yeah, a man can make himself indispensable because she wouldn't be what she was without that man. She doing it because of whatever she think of that man. So if she didn't have that man to think whatever she thinking, she wouldn't be doing what she was doing.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking whatever he's doing, you know, that automatically qualifies him to make himself indispensable. But when I seen that, when it came across my feed, I looked at it and I thought about it. You know, I contemplated for a little bit. I was thinking to myself, you know, a lot of women come and go, and you don't mind because they really was expensive. This got on my nerve, or at work. But you know, she probably got on my nerve, or this ain't she's not living up to par. But do you believe women can make themselves indispensable now?
Well, yeah, man. Look, what is indispensable is completely up to how you think about what you judge. Now, if you've got a firm understanding of what you're judging as far as this woman being indispensable and you know what you're judging and you're looking at what you know to judge and you make a decision, hey, hell yeah. And if the decision is that she's indispensable, she's indispensable. But indispensable does not mean you can't do without her.
Oh no. It just means she's a girl.
Yeah, that's what all it means.
All right, well, bud, thank you for taking my call, man. I'm gonna jump back and enjoy the show.
All right, brother. Be cool. You know, what I'm saying is you go through my archives and you look at the videos, and you may have heard, you looking at this video, you may have heard me speak on this topic before. But looking at this video, and you go through the archives, you liable to see 4 or 5 more videos with that topic as a subject. But if you listen to the video, the information that's on there is totally different. I mean, some things have hundreds of topics you can talk about. And if that's the case and you want to talk about every one of them, I mean, how many of them you think you're going to have? Caller, what's happening?
What's going on, Rose? But I'm starting this shit. In the video. What's today's topic?
Hey, I'm good, bro. What'd you say? What's today's what?
What's today's topic of discussion?
Making it matter to you.
Making it matter to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the kind of questions that you're asking?
No, I ain't asking questions. You calling in to ask questions. I'm making statements.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to check in with you, see what's going on. I've been watching videos quite some time, so I'm just playing catch up with you.
Okay. You ain't got no questions?
Yeah, I got a question too. Well, since you're on the discussion of what does it matter, what does a young man do in his 20s who's coming from a background where he has a father figure in his life, but he's not necessarily the father figure that he should be for his son, and now he's left to figure out things on his own. Where does he go from there as far as trying to find things that matter for him?
Out. And what I'm saying is, see, you can't try to find something that matters to you going along somebody else's program.
Right.
You whatever matters to you, you're gonna discover as you step out. You just got to be ready for it.
Yeah. Now, what is he supposed to do in regards of when he does follow suit and what's important to him? How does he go about doing things where he's got a lot of it's a lot of pushback from the general population, where everybody's trying to necessarily kind of tell him what to do based on.
Hey, bro, you haven't been listening to me because I don't go for that kind of shit.
Right.
I don't go for it, and I'm saying that young man shouldn't go for it.
Right. Because I try not to lead him astray, as far as what he needs to do. I say the same thing in regards to kind of like what you were saying, whatever it is that you find important to you, you stick with it,
Well, sounds good, bro.
Yeah, I try to make sure he's on the same path too, because even though, I'm coming from a similar background myself, and I'm 32 years old, and I'm still trying to learn everything myself in regards of what's important to me and whatnot, and who's supposed to tell me in regards of what's good for me, and I know me better than.
Hey, bro, if you ain't got no question, I gotta go, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, just want to check in with you.
All right, bro. That brother is cool, but I don't need to hear all that. I want, let's get going. But like I'm saying, one topic can have hundreds of different subjects. One category could have hundreds of topics. So what I'm saying is, you need to listen to all of them. If that's the case, they're not entertainment. And let me repeat and put more emphasis on it. They are not entertainment. I'm a truly blessed man to be able to witness what I've seen. And what I've witnessed is what I live for. I see a total respect and awe of the power of this goddamn game. Everybody respected. I went to the only real players ball we've had or will have in many years. And I'm talking about Doobie's funeral. It was truly a going home for him. I saw real motherfuckers, drag niggas, paper hangers, gamblers, D-boys, lawyers, preachers, thieves, players from every corner of the country. I met and reacquainted myself with the game I love. There was so many true representatives there, I was just amazed. And there was only enough tears to fill a thimble. halfway. It was an honor to be there. And any of you today, motherfuckers, talking about this 21st century shit, just go right ahead. I knew it, but I've been off the scene for many years and had started to believe you motherfucking soft shoeing ass. I've been reborn with a new belief, and this belief is just about 2 years old now. It still stands strong in my mind like it was yesterday. I saw no less than 15 young guns rolling double R's, and not one of them was talking that scary ass shit that I be hearing. Each one of them had elevated their game and their position in the game, but they all came from the blade. You know, I was almost convinced y'all scary ass shit represented what was out there. You don't, and that's why I didn't see your fake ass there. Every motherfucker who believes in this game and promote its existence was there. If you weren't, what does that say about you? I know you had some important business too, baby. Yeah. I mean, you had to take care of it. Yeah. If you weren't there, that tells me you have no respect for the game. Therefore, from now on, you're like a non-entity to me. You don't exist, and whenever I speak to you, you're going to have to remind me of who you are. A lot of you motherfuckers think that I think this information in my course is new. No, it's not new information. It's been around since the beginning of time, but it was lost. What I have that's new is an effective way of how to reclaim your confidence as a man. What's new is that it works. You will hear stuff from me that you will swear you can use, and when it comes time to use it, you won't. Because you don't have the confidence to put yourself out there to use it. I have what you want in the form of elegant words of wisdom, fully available to you. I don't think it can be any clearer. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Bud, I got a question. So I was trying to get at this broad. This is the second time. The first time she said no, but this second time it sounded like a not right now. So should I still keep getting at it?
Man, why would you ask me that? Do you think you got action?
Yeah, because
Well then why are you asking me should you still get at her?
should I do it differently?
Why would you ask that? If you would ask that shit if you didn't have action.
True.
If you get in action, then what you're doing may not have caught her yet, but it's working. Or else you wouldn't have no action, right or wrong.
Right.
So I'm saying that's what a lot of you brothers just make shit way harder than it needs to be. Because you don't think shit through. If that bitch didn't like you, she would not respond to what you're saying. If she said no at first, what's to stop her from saying hell no the second time? I'm saying you got to look at it like that because that's how you win. You'll win if you look at shit like that. If you look at shit the way y'all look at it, then you never win. You just keep trying, which is okay. But you ain't changing what you're doing, so what's the use of trying?
Okay. I like that perspective.
All right, bro.
All right.
Be cool. All right, you guys. Let's keep it going. Your life is not in some woman's hands. Your life is in your hands. And where you want to go with it is between you and God. No, well, not one woman will make your life any easier or more complete. Women can and do enhance your well-being and in many ways, but none of them complete you. What's missing can be found if and only if you look in the right places for it. A couple of years ago, I spent a day at Magic Johnson's Park in LA. Every year they have Rides for Peace, and all the local car clubs, motorcycle clubs, and bicycle clubs are involved. I'm telling you, this was a beautiful thing to see. There was over 200 motorcycles. All of them so goddamn fly you would have wanted to ride one. The Corvette Club had about 45 or 50 vets. The 64 and 63 Chevys numbered in the 80s. And it was just beautiful. Then they had the trucks. And then they had the drop bikes. They had bikes that raised up and down like cars. It was the bomb. Now, the reason I mention this is I'm seriously thinking about how I can do it here in Vegas and in Vallejo. I seriously had a great time. And let me tell you, it was just amazing to see this shit. I mean, it wasn't all niggas, but it was all people of color. And everybody, different gangs, it was just, everybody was there. It was just dope. Now, there's a train coming, and I'm scheduled to be on it. I can only bring one thing. I can only bring one thing with me, and I won't be back, ever. If I get on this goddamn train, all the things I know now will change, and my integrity will be even more important. Now, I've been waiting on this train for a pretty good while now, and I'm getting a little nervous about getting on it. I decided my one thing to bring would be my desire to win. So I'm bringing my desire to win with me, and I'm waiting. Given the fact that I can't never return to where I am now, it is a little scary. Now, I hear that whistle blowing in the distance, and I only got a couple of minutes to really make my mind up. I can see the headlights, and now this goddamn train is up on me. Damn it. I'm going to get on it. It's not often the train to success stops off at your feet and offers you a ride. I'd be silly not to accept, don't you think? From the very beginning of President Obama's presidency, those Republicans tried to make his presidency a non-issue. When people try to thwart your progress, we should do like Obama did those Republicans. Ignore them and do what you're supposed to do, because in the end, it will come out. Just like I was telling that brother, the last caller, if it feels right to you, who am I to say what's right? To any of you, you got to start believing in yourself. You cannot go around wondering if what you think is right. I'm telling you, ignore them motherfuckers. Whoever's saying whatever they saying, and do what you think you believe. They never thwarted me or my belief in, what we can do as men. I have always known that racism is alive and well in the United States. I don't need racism to end for me to be successful. I do want an equal chance at getting wealthy, or getting wealth for my family. They hid it from me from people like me as long as they could. But the more I look at life through the lenses I have now, I see they can't. We know people can't stand to see a strong black man standing tall over this country or even in his country. But what the fuck can they do? All your friends are not rich. All your friends are not of one party. And you don't see me as the spook who sat by the door. Why? Is we're on our own team and will not be defeated. We are not against women. At least I am not against women. I am not against gays. Everybody have a way to be. It should be that way. And to me, you got to understand, I think this. Whatever life you chose, I mean, that's yours. But you cannot expect, or you cannot think, I have to go for it. Caller, what's up?
Hey, bud, you putting down some good stuff. I'm gonna have to replay this one and go back and go through this one again. And I got a question for you.
Come on.
It came across my mind the other day. You wasn't doing a show, but I held it in. And I remember. Have you ever, in your travels, been up there in Milwaukee?
In Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah. Could you, out of all the places you travel, is Milwaukee one of the better places? Would you say?
Actually, I just passed through Milwaukee. I didn't really spend no time there, maybe a night or two, so I can't really speak on it.
Oh, I got you. But it's some real back going on down there.
There was some real niggas there, yeah. It was some real game there, yeah. I forget the street name too, man, but it was a couple of clubs that I forgot, man. This has been years ago, and I didn't really hang in Milwaukee.
Yeah. And they say they probably got a nice couple of holes in the walls of Chocolate City. That's what it looked like from the outside looking in.
You got a question, bro?
Say it again?
You got any other question?
Man, it came. Oh yeah. I wanted to share this with you before I get off the phone. You had dropped some real game. Make a long story short. You said when you stop in a new town, you show love. I was sharing that with somebody, and they were telling me, "Yeah, man, that's smart, man. You get out, you show some love. So when you ride around town, they be like, oh, buddy, that's cool. You straight?
Hey, that's what's up, man.
Yo, man, keep it going, man.
All right, be cool. All right, you guys. Just so you'll know, I'm gonna say one more time again. I don't be meaning to offend you, Instagram listeners or whoever I offended. And all you have to do is call in and say something, or even get in the chat room and say something. I'll raise up on whatever it is, but at least I'm acknowledging you and I am making an effort. I'm out.